Welcome to the Challenges Build Champions podcast, where we focus on creating breakthroughs in any area of your life. Check out mattscaletti.com for the latest merch. We have shirts, we have hoodies, we have swag, or if you need a keynote speaker, yours truly, or a trainer for your business, your school, or organization, on the topics involving resiliency, overcoming setbacks, personal growth, and self-confidence, shoot me an email. I'd love to show up virtually or in person and help you out. Now, get ready to change the trajectory of your life with today's episode starting right now. Welcome back, Challenges Build Champions podcast. I think it's just a book kind of month. This right here, if you're on video, if you're not, is The Untethered Soul. In my opinion, the greatest book ever written is the Bible, and this is number 2, The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I rarely say this. You heard last week we talked about Outwitting the Devil. That's definitely a top 5 book for me all time. It changed my life. This one right here, I have read and listened to probably 50 plus times. I'm obsessed. For those that know me well, know that I'm obsessed. And I want to chat about unconditional happiness. It's going to be more of a brief episode, but I have to share one of the best chapters I've ever read in my life is called The Path of Unconditional Happiness. And there's a couple little pieces I'll read, but the question the author, who's Michael Singer, poses, and we've talked about it in different ways on this very podcast, is how do we become happier and how do we become unconditionally happy? He argues in this chapter that it's legitimately this simple. And it's the highest spiritual path we can possibly be on, which is, do you want to be happy? Do you want to be happy or do you not want to be happy? And it's so interesting because, of course, we all want to be happy, right? But we also all want to be happy and then qualify the happiness. Like, of course, yes, we want to be happy, but I didn't know I was going to miss my flight, or I didn't know that person was going to cut me off, or I didn't know my girlfriend or boyfriend was going to dump me. We qualify the happiness by saying, I'll be happy until something happens to me that I don't want. And then the happiness is gone. Well, I can't deal with that. No, I'm not going to be happy now. And the chapter is legitimately about we control it. We are in full control of our happiness. And it's amazing to think about how powerful that is, that nobody else, it doesn't matter who it is, can have control over your happiness. Yes, it would be hard if you're constantly with somebody that can be negative and pull you down. At the same time, you can overcome that. And he talks about it in the chapter. He says so if something terrible happens, then at least do your best to enjoy the experience. And one of my favorite parts of the book and at the end of this chapter, and not to give the whole thing away, but it's just funny, and the way he tells the story is God comes down, and if God were to ask somebody randomly down here, how are you doing? How do you like things? And the person's like, how am I doing? The tree over there is all bent so many different ways, and that person dresses weird, and that person cuts me off in traffic. And God asks him, well, okay, well, what about the animals? What do you think about the animals? And the guy's like, the animals, the mosquitoes and the bees bite you, and the ants bite you, and it's just horrible. I don't like it down here at all. God's like, okay, well, I'm done with that person. Let me go to somebody else. He says to somebody else, how are you doing? And the person says, oh my goodness, I'm ecstatic. Look at the way the tree is all bent. It's so beautiful how every tree can look so different. And I'm just euphoric when I look at nature and I see how different the plants and the trees and everything is. And God's like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Well, what about the animals? And the guy goes, the animals, it's so impressive. There's so many different kinds of animals. Even the ants, it's such a small little creature. And I must look like a giant to an ant, but it'll still bite me. The courage of this little thing to bite a massive giant human, it's a beautiful thing to see that. I love it down here. Every day is a new adventure. Which one is God going to want to hang out with? Right? And the author, Michael Singer, continuously throughout the book makes this point, and it's such a cool way to see it. We are legitimately on a spinning little ball out in the middle of an infinite universe, just flying out in the middle of nowhere. That's what Earth is. We're just spinning around out in the middle of the universe. And you're really going to let the fact that somebody has the same shirt on as you at a party take away your happiness? It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It's pretty funny. We are on a ball spinning out in the middle of nowhere. The question is, are you willing to commit to unconditional happiness? And again, as he says, it's the highest spiritual path you can take is to make that commitment and make it without qualifying it. And the other funny thing is, he says, if you listen to this podcast and you go out and get this book, and again, it's life changing, The Untethered Soul, Michael Singer, and you make a decision, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to be unconditionally happy starting right now. He says it right in the book. Inevitably, something's going to happen. You're going to get into a fender bender. Somebody's going to be mean to you at work. You're going to get in an argument with a family member. Are you willing to let that have you take a step back on your spiritual path and take away your happiness? Or are you going to double down, triple down, quadruple down and say, no, 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 that's not going to steal my joy? I'm going all in on my joy, on your joy, because it is possible that no matter what your lifestyle is, no matter if you're CEO of a company or you're working a drive-through window, that you can be unconditionally happy. And if you're happy, you've won. I'm sure all of you have met people that are successful financially or with a job and they're miserable. And I'm sure a lot of you have met people that are not successful by society standards, as in a high paying job, but they're the happiest people in the world. They're winning. That's winning. Happiness equates to winning, right? It is the ultimate path, unconditional happiness. The question is, we always finish, it's called challenges build champions. I always finish it with a challenge. I'll get emotional because I'm working on this myself. I am working on this highest spiritual path. Can I get to the point where I'm unconditionally happy? I think it's so funny to think it's a hard thing. Like it's so hard to be happy, but it's hard because we know setbacks will happen. Are you willing to accept the challenge of at least taking a step into unconditional happiness and not allowing, at least starting with the little things to eat at you? That person who cuts you off in traffic, the fact that your spouse might be 5 minutes late for when you go out to a date, the fact that you have a business meeting and that person's running 10 minutes late. Are you willing to let that go for your own sake and lift yourself higher and let those little things go to become more unconditionally happy and have a smile on your face? Again, it's an incredible book. It's called The Untethered Soul. I would love to do a podcast where it's every chapter I go through the book because it's that good. I cannot recommend it anymore. If you were on and you heard last week, the book is from Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. Definitely get that. This week we're talking about The Untethered Soul, two of the books that have absolutely transformed the way I live my life. Take a look at them. Are you willing to accept the path of unconditional happiness? I hope you are. If you are, let me know about it. Let me know that you're taking the challenge and running with it. And let's keep the world a happier place, a healthier place, a place where we're all smiling more ear to ear. Much love to you all. Thanks for listening. As always, I cherish and I'm grateful for every one of you that listens to these episodes. It means a lot. Please subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you all next week. Same time, same channel. Thanks for listening to the Challenges Build Champions podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast, share it with a friend, put it out there on social media so we can continue to bring you the most valuable content on the planet. mattscaletti.com is where you can go to have me come speak at your business or MC an event of yours to help motivate, overcome challenges, and create breakthroughs. Have the best week of your life, and we'll see you next week.